Imagine feeling confident in your memories, emotions, and understanding of events, until someone close to you starts making subtle comments that make you doubt everything. You begin to question your perceptions, wondering if you're being too sensitive or if you've completely misunderstood what's happening around you. Over time, this quiet erosion of your reality leaves you isolated, confused, and desperate for clarity. What you're experiencing is not a flaw in your thinking, but a deliberate tactic used by narcissists to control you. They twist your reality so subtly and skillfully that you're left wondering if the problem is you. But it's not. This is gaslighting, the ultimate psychological manipulation tool used by narcissists to keep you under their control. In this video, we'll dive deep into how narcissists use gaslighting to manipulate your sense of reality, why it's so effective, and how you can break free from this toxic cycle. The Narcissist's Playbook: Manipulating Perception. Narcissists thrive on control, attention, and power. They view relationships not as partnerships, but as opportunities to dominate and maintain a sense of superiority. One of the most effective ways for them to maintain this dominance is by warping your perception of reality. By doing so, they can ensure that their version of events, emotions, and truth becomes the only acceptable narrative in your life. At first, the manipulation may seem harmless. They might downplay a hurtful comment by saying, "I was just joking, you're too sensitive." Or they might claim you're remembering things incorrectly, saying, "That's not what happened, you're imagining it." These remarks seem small, but are designed to chip away at your confidence in your own perceptions. The longer this goes on, the more you doubt your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. You begin to second, guess yourself constantly, and the narcissist becomes the authority on what's real. This is where their power over you becomes absolute. They create a version of reality that benefits them, often leaving you confused, off balance, and vulnerable to further control. How narcissists gaslight. Common tactics. Narcissists are masters of subtlety when it comes to gaslighting. While some of their tactics may seem overt, many are difficult to detect until the damage has already been done. Let's look at some of the most common gaslighting techniques narcissists use. 1. Denial of facts or events. One of the most direct gaslighting tactics is simply denying something ever happened. Even if you're certain of an event or conversation, the narcissist will outright deny it, claiming that you're mistaken. For example, you might confront them about something they said that hurt you, and they'll respond, "I never said that." The certainty with which they deny the event can make you question your own memory, even when you were sure of it moments before. Over time, this tactic creates a disorienting effect, making you question whether you can trust your own recollections. Eventually, you might even stop confronting the narcissist altogether, as you begin to believe that your memory is flawed. 2. Minimizing or invalidating feelings. Narcissists are quick to dismiss your emotions, often making you feel like you're overreacting or being too emotional. They might say things like, "You're too sensitive," or "You're making a big deal out of nothing." This kind of emotional invalidation is particularly damaging because it undermines your feelings, making you believe that your emotional responses are irrational or exaggerated. The goal of this tactic is to make you doubt your emotional intelligence and, in turn, make you more reliant on the narcissist to tell you what is and isn't worth feeling. You begin to suppress your emotions, afraid of being labeled too sensitive. Again, which allows the narcissist even more control over your emotional world. 3. Twisting conversations. Another classic gaslighting tactic involves twisting or distorting past conversations to suit the narcissist's narrative. You might recall a discussion where the narcissist agreed with you on a decision, only for them to later deny it and say, "I never agreed to that," or "That's not what I meant." This constant twisting of words makes it nearly impossible for you to hold the narcissist accountable. Even when you try to clarify or revisit past conversations, they will make you feel like you misunderstood or misheard them. Eventually, you may give up trying to hold them accountable, feeling that any discussion will just be met with confusion and blame. 4. Using others to reinforce their version of reality. A particularly insidious tactic narcissists use is triangulation, where they involve third parties to back up their version of reality. For example, they might say, "Even your friends think you're being unreasonable," or "Everyone agrees that you're overreacting." This form of gaslighting not only isolates you, but also makes you doubt your relationships with others. By creating the impression that others support their viewpoint, the narcissist amplifies the feeling that you are alone in your perceptions. This external validation of their narrative makes it even harder for you to trust yourself and further erodes your sense of reality. 5. Projecting their behavior onto you. Projection is another key gaslighting tactic. Narcissists will often accuse you of doing the very things they are guilty of. If they lie frequently, they might accuse you of being dishonest. If they're manipulative, they might say you're the one trying to control them. This projection serves two purposes. It deflects attention away from their own behavior, and it makes you doubt your own actions and intentions. You might find yourself constantly defending yourself. All the while, the narcissist gets away with their behavior unchallenged. 6. Slowly isolating you from support. In many cases, narcissists will use gaslighting as a tool to isolate you from friends, family, or anyone who might challenge their control over you. They might suggest that certain people in your life don't really care about you or are bad influences. As you begin to pull away from your support system, you become more reliant on the narcissist for validation and perspective. This isolation makes the gaslighting even more effective because it removes outside voices that could confirm your version of reality. Without those checks, you're more vulnerable to the narcissist's manipulation. The psychological impact of gaslighting. Gaslighting isn't just a series of manipulative behaviors. It's a form of psychological abuse that can have long-lasting effects on your mental and emotional health. When subjected to gaslighting over an extended period, you may begin to experience symptoms similar to those of anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder. 1. Self-doubt and loss of confidence. The most immediate effect of gaslighting is a pervasive sense of self-doubt. You begin to question everything: your memory, your emotions, your decisions. The constant undermining of your reality chips away at your confidence, leaving you dependent on the narcissist to define what's real and what isn't. This loss of self-trust makes it harder to make decisions, voice your opinions, or stand up for yourself. 2. Anxiety and hypervigilance. Living in a reality where you're never quite sure what's true can lead to chronic anxiety. You might find yourself walking on eggshells, constantly second-guessing your actions to avoid triggering the narcissist's wrath or accusations. This hypervigilance can make everyday interactions exhausting as you're always bracing for the next moment of confusion or conflict. 3. Depression and emotional exhaustion. As gaslighting wears you down, it can lead to feelings of hopelessness and depression. You may feel trapped in the relationship, unable to see a way out because you've lost faith in your ability to navigate the world on your own. The constant emotional manipulation can leave you feeling drained, as though you've lost a sense of who you are outside of the narcissist influence. 4. Isolation and loneliness. Gaslighting often leaves you feeling isolated, both emotionally and socially. The narcissist's manipulation may lead you to distance yourself from friends and family, and the loss of these connections can intensify feelings of loneliness. Additionally, the inability to trust your own perceptions can make it difficult to seek help or explain your situation to others. further deepening your isolation. Breaking free from gaslighting. Escaping the grip of gaslighting and reclaiming your reality is not easy, but it is possible. Recognizing the tactics and understanding how they work is the first step toward breaking free from a narcissist's control. Here are some key strategies to regain your sense of self. 1. Trust your gut. One of the most challenging aspects of gaslighting is learning to trust your instincts again. If something feels off, it probably is. Start by acknowledging your feelings and experiences, even if the narcissist is telling you otherwise. Your perception of reality is valid, and reclaiming it is essential for healing. 2. Keep a journal. Writing things down can help you maintain a sense of clarity in the midst of gaslighting. Record conversations, events, and your feelings as they happen. This not only serves as a reference point when the narcissist tries to twist the truth, but also helps you see patterns in their behavior. Over time, journaling can reinforce your confidence in your own memory and experiences. 3. Seek support. Gaslighting thrives in isolation, so it's essential to reach out to trusted friends, family, or a therapist. Speaking with someone outside the relationship can help you gain perspective and validation for your experiences. A therapist, especially one experienced in dealing with narcissistic abuse, can provide strategies for coping and breaking free from the manipulation. 4. Set boundaries. Narcissists will push and test your limits as long as you allow them to. Setting firm boundaries is crucial to regaining control over your life. Limit interactions with the narcissist, and if possible, go no contact. This boundary setting protects your mental and emotional well-being and helps you create a space where you can heal. 5. Educate yourself. Understanding how narcissistic abuse and gaslighting work can empower you to take action. The more you know about their tactics, the less power they have over you. Education gives you the tools to see through the manipulation and reinforces that you are not to blame for the abuse you've endured. Reclaiming your reality. Gaslighting can leave deep emotional scars, but breaking free is possible. By learning to trust yourself again, setting boundaries, and seeking support, you can regain control over your life and begin to heal. Remember, the reality that has been manipulated by a narcissist is not the true reality. You are capable, strong, and deserving of a life free from manipulation and control. The path to healing may be long, but each step you take toward reclaiming your truth brings you closer to freedom. Your perceptions, emotions, and experiences are valid. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise.